What's going on, everyone? Jack here from HappyModel, and this is the new Mobula7 with the DJI 04 on board. Now, I think Mobula7's kind of a misnomer, so I'm going to talk about that. And there are 9 things I had to do to get this thing up in the air the way that I wanted. Now, some of those things you're going to have to do, and some of those things you may want to consider. So I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about this drone. And yeah, I'll tell you about some of the competitors to this as well. So I got a lot coming. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing, let's just talk specs out of the box. We've got 1102 10,000 kV motors. This is a 2S quad. And you can see we've got an XT30 and then a pretty sizable battery tray here on the bottom. This is 80 millimeters. So usually a 75 or a Mobula7 is a 75-inch frame, but this one is bigger. It's right on par with Beta FPV's 75 Pro, which is also 80. Why they don't just call this the Mobula 8? Well, because that's generally been 85 millimeters, which I think I might actually move this to a bigger frame. We'll talk about that later. So these are 45 millimeter props, which means a larger prop than, again, a traditional 75 means you're gonna get a little more power and a little bit more flight time. Depending on the batteries that you use, you can get 5, 6, maybe even 7 minutes on a really good battery. Now, most of my 2S's are old. The flight controller is an all-in-one. It's a crazy F405. This air unit is basically plug and play. This canopy here is hard mounted and it's not adjustable. So a couple of things with that, right? Because it's hard mounted, it's gonna not do great with gyro data and it isn't adjustable. So you're kind of stuck with that angle. Motors here are plugged on the bottom, so they're gonna be pretty easy to swap. It does have built-in Express LRS. So let's talk about how do you get this thing up and running. Like I said, there are 9 things that you have to do. So you plug it in, you wait about 30 seconds, you'll see it start flashing, and that means you can now connect to it via Wi-Fi, and that's how you're gonna connect to your ELRS receiver. Now you could use the DJI, but why would you do that when ELRS is already baked in, and it's gonna give you a little bit of redundancy. So I'm gonna go to Express LRS, that's the Wi-Fi network that this thing is putting out. Express LRS is the password. I've already done this before, so I don't need to enter it again. And I have no internet. So then what you're going to do is you're going to get another tab and I'm going to go to 10.0.0.1. And when I go there, it's going to pull up this Express LRS. I'm going to type in my binding phrase, which is HappyModel, save and reboot. Boom. Now it's going to connect to my Radio Master, which already has that passcode or that passphrase built into it. I did this on the radio as well. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go into beta flight, right? If you don't have beta flight, you're going to want this. And I'm going to go ahead and check a couple of different things. First, I'm going to go to the CLI. Let me grab my keyboard here. And I'm going to say set crash. There we go. I'm looking for crash recovery equals on, and I'm going to save that. Now, crash recovery, if I'm flying, I don't need that one. If I'm flying acro and I bump into something, it's really hard to recover, but crash recovery basically helps me recover. So you're going to want to do that if you haven't already. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my rates. Now the rates were really slow, so I'm going to go to the PID tuning tab, rate profile, and I bumped mine up to 680. They were at 500. So for rolls and stuff, you can see some of my original rolls were kind of slow. I like them to be a little bit snappier. You're also going to adjust the modes. Now, arm and angle, those are fine for me. I put my beeper on aux 3. I believe it was on aux 4, and then, or no, it wasn't there at all. Flip over after crash was on aux 3, that's on aux 4. I set up all my quads the same, and I suggest that you do as well. Now, since I put the beeper on, it's going to make the motors beep, but I found that that actually wasn't default here. So you're going to go to configuration, this is the next thing, and turn both RX loss and RX set on. That's going to help you find your quad if it gets disconnected or if you make it beep. Now, I also went into the OSD and I updated some of these things here. I don't like all of these things cluttering my screen. I just kind of left the essentials. Battery, absolutely important. Flight time, I left the Mobula7 on there. Warnings, I got my telemetry. And then, you know, my quad keeps getting pretty warm, so it's letting me know that as well. But this is really whatever you prefer. Okay, so now that is good in terms of Betaflight and Express LRS, but there are still a couple of things you have to do because this is DJI. I'm gonna need a different cable, one with a USB-C connection, and I'm gonna have to connect here, right? And I'm going to go into DJI Assistant Consumer Drone Series. Now here we're going to connect, and I'm going to do a couple of things. One, I have to register it. In order for it to register, you need to connect it to a battery. And I'm also going to update the firmware, which I already have done. And you can kind of see that I'm on the current firmware, but I could refresh it. I don't need to, it's good to go. But you need to do both of those things in DJI Assistant. And there's one more thing that you really need to do, and it has to do with this little antenna here. This connection here is called a UFL connection, and mine came off. Actually, this was the original. I glued this other one on. I had lost it, or so I thought, and I had an extra, but right here, right there, you're gonna need to add a little bit of glue. I use E6000. It's great for tiny whip repairs and things, but make sure you glue that down. Super important, because if that pops off, this thing is gonna overheat and you could ruin your VTX. All right, so now that we got it all set up, again, I know I went through that fast. Rewind, take a look at it, slow me down. I tend to talk fast, but let's talk a little bit more about this thing. It is a blast to fly. I really enjoy it. I love the DJI camera. You can stabilize it using the Rocksteady, or you could just let it roll. I don't think it's bad. You know, I don't think this camera is quite good enough for professional stuff anyway, so I think the hard mount is just fine. You know, there's another company that does a very similar drone that I have, and I'll review that one. I'll even do a side-by-side. Now, this one here is 2S, and that makes it very different than the Meteor 75 Pro with 04, which is only 1S. So really the crux of it is, if you're looking for something to rip outside in your backyard, this guy is awesome for that. I love the 2S power. You can pull out of dives, you can do flips and rolls and all sorts of good stuff. And it's still not super big and heavy. It's not going to draw a ton of attention to you. Now, it is small enough to fly around your house, but on 2S, that's not really the best application for this. It just tends to be a little bit heavy. Now, Nick Burns recommended flying this on a 300 milliamp hour 2S. Now, we don't have any of those batteries, but that would make it lighter, and that's probably the way to go if you want to fly this indoors. I did also put it on a throttle cut, and that helps a little bit, but I still think that if you want to fly inside, you want a 1S drone. So if you're really kind of thinking, do I want 1S, do I want 2S? I will do a full comparison of this guy versus the Beta FPV Meteor 75 Pro, which is a 1S. Basically, it's the same size. You know, they're both just a little bit bigger than the standard 75. So if you want to see my review on the Meteor 75, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see the comparison between this and that, you're going to have to subscribe so you don't miss that as well. As I was wrapping up this video, I got another email from Banggood. They're going to include a coupon. So you get this thing for $225. It's normally $240. That includes the DJI Air unit. So link in the description down below. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Good luck, everyone, and happy flying.